Welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds on the PC. We are going to, as promised, begin building our troop center. We're probably going to need a few more resources. Let's go ahead and select this guy here. I'll kind of put him in an idle spot. How many do we need? Let's see. We need to actually go over here. 160 carbon, so we don't quite have enough yet. We will in just a second. We're at 150. Now we have 160. So we can go ahead and build a troop training center. And we're going to go ahead and stick that right here. And he will go over there and start building it. Maybe to make things a little quicker. No, what we're going to do is, now that he's got that built, let's go ahead and build a carbon processing center. We don't have enough carbon. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and just get some troopers built. Again, you set your spawn point right in front of the building. Cost 25 food and 35 carbon. We don't have enough carbon yet. We're going to have to wait. But I will show you. Actually, this will give us an opportunity to see our second cheat code. This one is not permanent. It's as a per diem basis. Go into your chat menu and just type in force carbon, all one word. And it'll give you 1,000 carbon. So now, as you can see, we've got enough carbon that we can go ahead and build a trooper. And I usually like to build them in groups of 5, since our fabrications only hold 5. I like to think of them as a little unit. Let's go ahead and have him build another prefabricated shelter. And this guy here, we will have him build a little carbon processing center. Once he gets that built, we can have this guy start getting carbon, and now they can just take it to this spot right there. So our carbon will go up really quick. How's our ore guy doing? Pretty good. He's only got 2 clusters left. Nova's still got 3. And our food processor's doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and give him a couple more. And we're doing good. Okay. I think at this point we are ready to go ahead and upgrade. The 2 has more or less been highlighted and activated, which means we can go ahead and upgrade to technology level 2. It does cost 500 food. So guess what? We can't do it. Aha! But if we do our cheat, force food, now we have enough. And again, I'm only using these cheats just as a matter of speeding up the gameplay a little bit. You don't have to. You could sit here and watch this happen in more or less kind of somewhat real time. But I want to do this quickly just to give you an idea of how this works. Now that that's happened, we've got a few more options available here in our sub-menu here. Research upgraded motivator. Worker and utility trawlers, which are... Utility trawlers are basically on the water. We haven't built any of those yet. I'll show you those all in good time. But this will update their motivators and increase their carry capacity. And that's exactly what we want to do. This right here is the research for the sensor beacon. All buildings gain a +4 line of sight, which means they can now see a little bit further. You'll notice down here on our map, as soon as we do this, this area will expand just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So now we have an increased line of sight. Ah, this guy's done. I see some water sitting right here, so let's go ahead and send him over here and see what this is. Is it just a small little puddle, or is there more to it? Nope, it's just a puddle. Here's our first wild beast. We could attack him, but he will attack back. We don't want to do that just yet. Uh-oh. We're being attacked. There's some rebel scum. So we know they're around. And like I said, as they explore,
send me on my way.
They will start to encounter us. Which means the other civilization is also alert to our presence. They know we're here, and we know they're here. And they came from this general direction, which tells me on my map that their base is probably somewhere over in here. I would guess closer to up here, because they haven't advanced very far either. The good news is, when you use your cheat codes, once you level up, the computer will also level up its civilization to the same thing. So you don't get a huge advantage over them. Alright, so carbon processors are doing good. Food is doing good. Food production is looking really good. We can go ahead and research irrigation, which does actually give us a plus 75 food in each of these farms. So that's a good thing. We can also increase the carbon extracting, which makes these workers actually collect 20% faster. Which is good, but we've already got it set to the cheat to force build, which means they do it automatically. So that doesn't really do us any good in this particular situation. You can do the same thing to your Nova collector and your ore collector. And we may be able to do some troop upgrades too, yes. Research macro binoculars. We can research stormtroopers and we can upgrade them to something that's slightly better. And these are heavy mounted troopers, which we will get into later, but we don't have enough food anyway. So we're just going to go ahead and let that go. I think we can also do some basic research here, which will also... animals in the nursery will produce food 17% quicker. That's definitely a good thing. So this number here will get bigger just a little quicker than it normally would because of that research that we've done. And research is also part of that forced build cheat code that we put in, so it too will replicate a little quicker than normal. All right, grab a quick drink there. All right, what next?
Send me on my way.
We'll go ahead and send this guy up here. See if there's anything going on. No. Let's go ahead and take our troops and kind of put them out here on the outskirts a little bit, just so that they can attack anything that comes from that direction. We're going to go ahead and build 5 more. And we're going to go ahead and drag a square around them. That way it's just them. We can go ahead and send them out to more or less just kind of sit in this little area here, just in case anybody comes from this direction too. So a little bit of added protection. We should now actually be able to build light turrets. So we want to protect our city in case we do get people that come strolling in from out of town. We can go ahead and place a light turret here, and any enemies that come into its range will be fired upon. So we definitely want to put a couple of these around our little around our little civilization here. Maybe protect this guy as well as our troop center from being attacked. Okay, so far so good. That's up and about. Now what we need to do is wait for some enemies to show up, which they probably won't. Looks like we've actually got a little bit of a choke point right here. Yeah, don't think much is going to come through here. It is possible though. So my guess is that they actually came from up here. So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys back out here. Let them just continue to kind of camp right there. These guys have discovered some additional ore crystal. We've got this thing is blinking red, which means we've got an idle worker, and he's this guy that just built that turret. So let's go ahead and send him out here, and we're going to again have him build an ore processing center right here. We can go ahead and kill this one now. Just highlight it, hit delete, and it explodes in all of its glory. It's just kind of unnecessarily taking up space at this point. How's our food processor doing? Still got 2 surplus farms sitting there. We've only got 94 up. Now we're back up to just over 100. This is looking good. And this guy is starting to collect some additional ore for us. And we're getting a nice little collection of ore. Our Nova crystals are really good. And our carbon is also doing really good. He's done collecting his Nova. So we've got to find a task for him. But that's going to be on our next episode. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. For Wrong with the View, this is Emmett. Happy gaming.